Okay, so we're going up to the escalator to the light train rail, which is at Must University. And there's the train station right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to go inside of it just briefly, and then we're going to walk back out, and we're going to walk across campus. So you kind of get a context of how the university fits into the train itself, station itself.
Chiquinha, Chiquinha.
Go check out the room.
Chiquinha.
Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe and hit the like button. Okay, so here's up on the station, so you can look down right there on parts of the Must University, which is in Cotai, and this light train rail connects the city to the airport and ferry, which are 2 stations down, and those go that direction if you follow that way. And actually from that little mountain, that's called Grande Taipa Grande. It's like a mountain that you can hike around, and then you can also overlook the airport from there. And so that station is very close. You can actually walk it as well. If you do take the train, it's only 3 minutes. I'll show you that inside. And this is the station itself, Must Station. Brand new. This was built early this year, started in January, and then COVID came, and so it hasn't been used. But there it is right there. There's 3, 4, I think there's 11 stations. That's where we are, and that's the airport right there. So they're right next to each other, really close. So you could come into the university and right from the airport, or the ferry terminal. The ferry terminal goes to predominantly Hong Kong, but there's also some ferries that go into mainland China as well, like Shenzhen and such. Also to the airport in Hong Kong as well. So basically Macau has great access to both airports, Hong Kong airport and Macau. Of course, Macau is only 1 station away, but the ferry can take you to the Hong Kong airport for people that are going much further away. That's the model of the Must University. So we're going to be walking by that giant stadium as well. And that's where you buy your tickets, over there. And that's kind of more visually the map, so it kind of goes around in a circle. And that little U-shaped part is basically all around the Cotai Strip, which has all the casinos. And then on the ends, one end is this one, Must and the airport, and the other end is Ocean Gardens and another stadium. So basically it kind of connects more. So yeah, that's the way to the airport again. So yeah, this little station is fits more. It's more for tourists, but Must University just happens to be right on that line as well. So if you were living and working in Must, you could probably live in Ocean Gardens at the end of the line. It'd probably take you, 20 minutes or less by train, because it's the opposite ways. Okay, so we're going to be taking an elevator that goes back down, and so yeah, it's this is it's going to be kind of interesting. I don't know what the plans are exactly for the university, if they're expanding, but yeah, it's right on the train line, so they have easy access to anything in Taipa. There's also a Taipa village that you can also get to very easily from the Must. So basically, I guess anywhere that you're in Taipa, you could walk to a station and get to Must University relatively easy. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is walking into the campus now, and I'm going to walk down the main street in a minute, but when I first get into it, you can still see the way to the airport, which is directly down that way. 3 minutes. And then we're going to walk into the Must University, which is going to be right here. And there's this beautiful sign, so this is going to be my thumbnail for sure, because that thumbnail is perfect. Must University of Science and Technology. So yeah, this campus has a focus on science and technology, and there's like a little bit of tourism stuff too. So there's some nice food courts around inside this, as well as I think I heard that some of them are going to be working in the casino, so they cater towards the restaurants and hotel industries from here as well. We're walking along a park. It looks like that probably lights up at nighttime. It looks like those little white things have little glows to them. So if you're have to walk in this little corridor. It'll be lit up at nighttime. There's our station right there. So it's literally right at the station. And we're going to be walking into it in relatively quickly, and then we're going to go into the TIS, the International School of Macau. It's like a K through 12 school. It's also right on the same campus. You're going to see it in a minute, and I'm going to switch the narration a little bit because that one is filmed a little bit differently. This one I'm doing a narration afterwards, the fact. But when we first come in, we're going to, I don't know what all the buildings are because I've only been on campus 3 times, but you can see the Morpheus right there. So that's a giant architectural Cotai casino strip related architecture that's pretty well known. And then to the right, you can also see this. This looks over a stadium. But right when you first come in, there's a Circle K right here, and also McDonald's, which is kind of interesting. I guess they're catering towards students very well when they first come in. They can get something fast if they're in their rush to class. And yeah, basically down by the Morpheus is basically the end of the campus as well. So, okay, there's Circle K. And now we're seeing a little bit more life for the students as well. And actually, to be honest, I went to have some McDonald's when I was there. So, and now we're kind of getting into we're looking back. So I'm gonna cut the narration, and then we're gonna go to the other one, and then you can actually hear me talk when I go by the school. Okay, there's the International School. This is kind of like a auditorium kind of thing. Food court, McDonald's, station. So we're just gonna walk by the school. I'll just kind of give you context for everything. So right there's Venetian, the big casino is Venetian, City of Dreams, Paris, Grand Lisboa, and there's a trains that go right next to this international school. And this is also Must too. So we're gonna kind of see a little bit of Must and the international school as well. So let's just kind of check it all out. Metal Art Design Lab, Faculty of Arts and Humanities. And they call this one TIS, the International School. And I'm not going to film on it too much because this is basically like K through 12 kids. I just want to show you the building and the context of where it's at, so I don't want to get kids in any videos at all. But that's TIS. That's the Must Station train line that goes all the way there, and then it goes to I think Cotai East, maybe Cotai West, one of them. So one of the Cotai stations. So basically this TIS is surrounded by casinos and Must. So basically you have access to 2 different stations that are really close together, just a few minutes by station. And you also have the Must campus, which has this stuff. And then see that red and white thing? I think that's like an airport tower, because the airport's right over there too. So so there's an airport tower, running track, TIS. So that's probably the best international school in the city of Macau, I believe. I think usually that's ranked number 1, and then number 2 I think is either the School of Nations or Anglican College, I believe. And yeah, you're next to Must, and you're next to casinos, and also this little metro station doesn't really take you around the city, by the way. If somebody is interested in this, and they want to have access to the station is great, because then you could get to here easily if you're on the station line anyways. But there's only 11 or 12 stations, and I think 3 or 4 of them are just international points, like the airport, ferry terminal, another way to get into Zhuhai, China by bus. So a few of them are like that. And then maybe 4 stations, I think, 4 or 5 are all related to the casinos. So that's basically like tourism, right? But anyways, that's basically the School of Nations. And then Must, Morpheus. This one is City of Dreams, so that's COD. I think they're all one big complex. City of Dreams, COD. But yeah, that's the international school right there. So so I guess we'll conclude that for the international school. We'll do one video of just the TIS, and then we'll do another one that's continuing on for Must. Okay, so I'm back with my narration, and so we're going to walk into basically the heart of the university. So over in this area, there's more classes, more school buildings, and as you can see, the Cotai Strip is right there. You can actually go into the casinos from there if you walk around campus a little bit. There's a big gate to the left where TIS is at, so it's I think you'd have to walk around a little bit. And then here we have all of these rain guards or sun guards. Actually, is that a rain guard? Actually, I wonder if there must be some glass at the top, so the rain wouldn't just be dripping on you the whole time. So it must be a rain guard, and they have quite a few of those. It does rain in Macau, so and it's also can be pretty heavy sunlight too. So okay, so we're gonna stroll through a little bit. And it looks like there's kind of car parks all over the place, and there's also quite a few car parks right on campus, but you have to be connected to the school to go into them. You can't just park there. There's a shortage of parking throughout the university, so they're pretty tight about that stuff. That's a nice blue building straight ahead. I don't know if that's a library or what it is. And I think this one right here, I think some of these are like some student dormitories as well. I couldn't tell you exactly. But this video does get you an idea of what it looks like. You can kind of see there's in this area right here, I do notice a lot of these like green and blue pastel buildings. And then yeah, that Morpheus kind of looms right over, which is pretty cool. There's a pretty good view of it right there. That Morpheus is that architectural Cotai Casino related architectural design book. And then building, and then so there's that one, and then this blue is definitely part of Must, and then this one in the far side over there, that's a very expensive apartment building that overlooks the Cotai Strip, and that's worth quite a bit of money for anybody that was to buy a room there. I think it'd probably be like a couple $1 million for a room. I don't know how big the rooms are. I don't know if they're... I have no idea. I've never been inside that one, but then to the backside of that big tall building right there, there's trails that literally go right behind it. There we are looking back at the university again. So yep, we're kind of sandwiched right between a couple things like that. And I'm kind of walking more towards the entrance of Must University. And this is where people would be walking in or out generally, but I'm going to walk around a little bit more in here, so I'm not going to go directly out at the moment. I'm going to turn and kind of meander around a little bit. Yeah, kind of these nice blue and green shades everywhere. Yeah, actually, overall, it is kind of a nice, unique campus, especially the location. It's really interesting to me that it's in that location. You could also walk to some other parts in Taipa as well, or definitely now you can just hop on that train line. And right now, I think it's I think on this particular day it was September 8th. So you can look that up what day it was. It was definitely a weekday. I think it was maybe a Tuesday or Wednesday. So I came in the evening time. So I worked myself, and then I came over here after work, tried to catch it before the sun went down. So it was probably sundown is about 6:30 these days. So I probably was over here around 5:45, something like that. Kind of looking at all the signage right in here. So I think the students were either in two places. One, they had finished classes already and had gone home, or they were actually in the classroom themselves. So when I first got on campus, I saw more students, and now I'm kind of seeing a little bit more again. And it might be because I'm getting closer to where all the classrooms are at. But I'm not seeing masses and masses like they're between classes, trying to get to a class. But it is evening. And now we're kind of coming into the entrance part. You can see some of the faculties there. Yeah, this is some of the signage. There's some of the signage right there, directions. And this one right over here is kind of more where the entrance is at. So we're going to be ending this one soon, so you can kind of see. Basically, I walked in from that one entrance exit, and then we walked across like McDonald's, Circle K, across TIS, the International School, and then we went into a lot of the buildings like this one. These are where more of the classrooms are at, and then this is going to be the ending. That's outside of the Must University apartment building complex that overlooks it. And we're going to be ending this one, so hope you enjoyed this rather extensive walk around of Must University campus in Macau. Type of Macau.
Chiquinha, chiquinha.